almost back with us now as well. So let's start off then with some sinus stuff and then see how you feel maybe. So do a little bit of acupressure at the start. So I don't know if anyone showed you how to drain that yourself with pressure. But
Yeah, I've looked it up. I've, just copied like YouTube videos,
yeah,
but
there's a really good German guy I like who does lots with the face and sinuses. If I can remember his
oh,
name,
really?
I'll share it in the group, but that's where I've
Yeah,
learned a lot from.
yeah, because there's
Um,
quite a lot on YouTube, but not necessarily ones
yeah,
that look
maybe helpful.
genuine. I don't know.
Okay, so there's some acupressure points and then there's some more heavier sinus draining we can do if it feels good. So let's start with the acupressure and then see where we're at. So the points for this dips, it's on the face, next to the nose, that first little dip in. So you can even get a little nail in there if you want real good pressure, but a finger is pretty good as well. And you can start by just pressing and holding these and maybe doing 3 breaths into the belly with just a bit of pressure. So you can breathe in through the nose still, send it into the belly and then slow release with just some pressure. Oh, maybe mute and unmute there. Okay. And then when you've done your 3 breaths, you could then either leave the breath or continue the breath, but take it into a little bit more of a massage. So we get that initial kind of warm up and release and pressure, and then the massage might not have as much pressure. My fingers might be aching, but you're getting a little bit of movement there as well. So just kind of letting things flow in and around the points, maybe just at least one noticeable breath. And then you can leave or have a little spread out, little wiggle of the nose. Can anyone wiggle their nose individually? I tried to do that a lot as a child. There's that magic show, isn't there? Is
The
it
witch.
Bewitched?
Yeah,
I'd
I used to
forgotten
watch
about.
that. I
So I was
loved
always
it.
trying to
I can't
wiggle
do
my
it
nose.
though. I can't wiggle just my nose.
I wondered if our EDSs, I feel like I've got some more
Yeah, you'd think.
expressional abilities.
Yeah, you'd think if we've got hypermobility, we could just wiggle our nose, but
Yeah, I'm going to be just doing this when you're trying to concentrate. Now.
I can do the ear thing, when you
I,
can do your ears.
I don't know if I can do the ears. I've got weird ears to start with because I've got the pixie, no, it's pixie down bottom, elf up top. That's what I call it. So some of us EDSs have, yeah, a slight genital change of the ear. But so when you move your ear, is it your jaw that you're moving and you're making a connection and moving your ear, or you can just move it on
I
its
don't
own?
know. It just, yeah, I don't know. And
Wow.
now I'm focusing on it, it feels weird.
That is a party trick, definitely. Okay, so you can go a bit harder on the sinuses. It's a similar space to work with, but it can be quite uncomfortable. And if you get it right, you can actually feel this release, this like pressure and like clearing. So you go up this point, and I can never do it successfully doing both at the same time. So I do one at a time. So you go up from this point, the fold there, and then the sinus is this like bulb here. So you go up and you kind of squeeze it underneath. And if you get it so that you can feel that you've got the bulb on there, you can just keep pushing. And I maybe wouldn't go up any higher than this because then I'll have lost the bulb. But you can go up, and if you get it at the right angle, it takes a little bit of practice. And you're maybe squeezing quite harder than you would normally touch the face. And you wouldn't want to do this all the time, but if they are full, you can do a little clearing yourself out here. So I'd recommend starting with this one and then clearing up, but you can always just take it on a gentle massage out, because what we're doing is I'm trying to encourage opening up and clearing, because they get blocked as well. So you can clear and then you can sweep. And I often have one side that's worse than the other. It's definitely this side that's worse on me at the moment, because my eye's puffy and everything on that side of my face, which is quite annoying. So this does help clear out the face. Definitely not one you need to do or want to do all the time. But
It's made my eyes quite watery. Is that what it's supposed to do?
it's all just a good sign that it's done something. If it's made you uncomfortable, then stop. But yeah, my eyes can get a bit of, it's pressure. It's just pressure really building up. So it's this bulb here. So it comes almost down from the tear duct over from where we are. And maybe mine's not full on that side because I can't feel that there's any kind of pressure to go against, which is kind of what I imagined, because I know that it's worse on this side. And then you can just smooth it out again, give it a bit of breath. Awesome. Oh, I might have to go and grab my charger in a second. Okay, then we can take it up the face. So we'll go from that flow. So we've gone down. Let's go up those points and then take it up to that bulb. And we're just going to get this started with a bit of smooth any finger that's good. So we're kind of convincing this like flow out, sending it around. Awesome. And take a breath, or stretch the fingers. So we can go around the eye as well. So we've got this point in the middle that we can always work with if we need to relax a little bit. So if you've got lots of tension around the forehead, you might want to start with seeing if you can relax the area up. So you've got the middle of the forehead for that. Take a breath. Awesome. And then we're going to do a bit of a squeeze, so whichever two fingers you want to do this with, into that bulb here. So again, if you get this sensation of like clearing or little bursts, there's more of this bulb up here. Is that a good burst? A good noise? Yeah, again,
it's quite tender when I press that.
Yeah, just be gentle with yourself.
Yeah.
Don't make it worse, but we want to encourage that to expand outwards and release. You can take a breath, you can move it along and have a little squeeze. All the way out to the little bulby bits at the end, tails, bulbs. I'm not sure what those last bits are called. Lovely. Have a little wiggle. That can feel a little bit weird or a little bit tingly. So the next bit's a little bit more just smoothing out and relaxation. So you definitely don't need to press as hard. We're going to start at the middle and then smooth out. Take it all the way to temples and give temples a little rub. Oh my goodness, my temple really hurts on that side. Oh yeah, I had a little bit of a head injury. So clumsy. No, not a really light one. I hit my head on my harp. My big solid harp. I literally hit my head on it. And then the next day I was like, why does my head hurt so much? Why does it feel so bruised? And it was so accident.
Well, on the corner of the harp.
Yeah.
The bit where it goes like that. Yeah.
I don't know how I even did it. It didn't make any sense, but that's me. It will be a cupboard or a car or something.
Yeah.
So we're going to go out.
do that in the car.
Yeah. And then I'm like, why does that hurt? Yeah, the times I've hit my head on the car, it makes no sense that you would keep doing that. That's that proprioception.
Yeah.
I've got so much better, but it still happens. Okay, and then we'll go underneath the eyes. So we're going to press in the little corner here, or give it a little wiggle, and then take it out. Not too right under the eye, just a little bit lower and gentle. Just going to clear that last bit of fluid, hopefully, for us. Lovely. And then you can just do a little rub and then take it down the neck. That last bit of flow out. Maybe into shoulders or more in the neck. Just, yeah, enjoying that, and it's a bit achy. And then you can have a little rest, a shake, a wiggle, and adjust. Okay. Yeah, got my cards out, and I didn't do any of those at all, but maybe we should just... It wasn't the lungs, was it? Was there one more spot I had in my head? Oh, yeah, fingertips. So you don't have to do a whole hand massage, but that last bit of the finger, we're just going to go... This one is for the head, so we're going to do that for the head, and then the other fingers are the sinuses. So a little massage, checking in with those little fingertips as well. Are they cold? Are they hot? Are they achy? Are they happy to be woken up? That can be a little squeeze and pressure, a little massage all around the tip of the finger. Oh yeah, and there's the one I can't pronounce as well, but I think it's an essential for this. The Eustachian tube. Am I saying that right? Oh, good, thank you. Yeah, so I thought that would be a good one to do as well. So I'll just do the sinuses and then we'll do that one. Lovely. I'll have to write all this down as my own little routine, I think. I'll have to watch the video back because I forget everything almost as soon as I've done it, unfortunately. The knowledge is there somewhere though. Okay, so the Eustachian tube, I'll put it in the email as well. It is this one, so ring finger and middle finger. It's that little space in between there, so you could rub up and down or wiggle it. Each side, just have one more breath. Lovely. And then swapping sides. So I've been doing these last couple of weeks a little bit different. If you ever feel like one of the formats worked really well, do let me know. So I sort of got my free activities we do on this class. We did the relaxation last week. I'm going to do the movement in the middle and then the relaxation at the end again, but we've done the acupressure at the start here. Okay, and then one more little wiggle and adjust. Have a drink. On timekeeping, yeah. So this is a little flow for the spine, but you've got a little bit of eye work in here as well. So it's going to be good for the face and clearing anything out. So it's kind of maybe 3 or 4 movements within it. We'll see how we get on and see if we can make it into a little bit of a flow at least once over in the flow as well. So I'm always changing places, so I'm just checking that you can see my arms. Okay, perfect. So let's just get into our Qigong posture, Qigong state of mind. So some sort of connection to the earth here, even noticing the feet or having a little look out the window or using your imagination. So I got distracted as soon as I looked out the window. I'm like, what's that truck doing there? Head comes up, so drawing tip of the head up into the sky, the cosmos. Big blue sky maybe for you today. Shoulders soften. Breath can be more noticeable, or you can just let it do its thing, coming in and out. releasing a little bit of tension on those last couple of exhales while we get into the space. Pelvis might soften and belly might draw in or up towards the nose a little bit more. Okay. We're going to notice palms, notice fingers, and let them gently guide out to the side of the body. It might be wide, it might be just at the side of the legs, you decide. And we're going to do a little scoop up, just to begin with a couple of little scoops and drawing down. So just getting in touch with our chi. Just 2 more. Add an inhale as you scoop. Exhale, soften. Last one, as big or small or slow as you like. Awesome. And then we're going to go into fists. You could do that as a scoop again if you want, but keep the hands somewhere around the head or the face, and we're going to go into some nice tight fists. And we're going to pull them in towards the body, so you can have them away from your face to start with, and then we might be able to move it a little bit. So we're going to be going for an open here, spreading wide, and then a close, drawing in. But what you can start to add is a little sink. So you can bring the fists in front of the face and you can sink the head and the chin in a bit. So you get a little bit of a sink and then a little bit of a rise as you open. You get this slightly bigger expanse here. So just have a little play with that movement for a moment. Don't worry about doing anything particular. Just notice the head and the neck open. Chest open, have a notice of the body, where it might be sticking or where it feels like it needs a bit more control. Lovely. One more. And you can open out. And you can let that turn into a stretch if you like. A little release out. Have a wiggle. Have a notice of the arms and the shoulders and the neck. Okay, so just let the arms have a little rest there for a second. This is great. I always warm up as soon as I get the movement coming. I get this heat coming, so looking forward to taking my jumper off in a minute. Okay, so this one, we are lifting above the head, but only if it's comfortable to you. So we'll look at what the bigger movement is like, and then we'll look at maybe what a smaller version might look like. So we come from a palms out position. And what we do is am I blurry? Are my hands blurry? I don't know if we're going up, so the palms are then going to turn and they're going to come up with a little bit of space. It could either be right up in the air, or this could be closer down to the face if your potsy or shoulders are hurting. So we're going out as a push and then up. So there's a lift. So palms turn and we lift. Lift. There's a little bit more softness in the arms, and as we come back out, the palms push outwards. Lovely. Just a couple more times. We're going to take it up. We're going to look up to the hands or the sky, wherever you've landed. Take it down. Head goes forward, and then we're going to take a little look over to those fingers on one side. Then we're going to swap. Head comes forward after that. We go up. Take a little look up if it's not too much. Take it down. Palms open. Go out. We're going to have a look to those fingers on the other side now. And this is the last one. You can do it with a breath if you like. Head comes forward and we scoop up with an inhale. Exhale, take it out. And then you can release. Have a little wiggle or a rest. Yeah, is it hurting in this muscle here? Mine was today as well. Even though I do it a lot, I'm just going to take my jumper off as well.
Yeah, I get really tight, you know, that kind of tight feeling down here.
Yeah, it's good to give them a little... Oh, I've took my hairband off as well now. What am I doing? Okay. Yeah, give it a little wiggle. So maybe reduce a little bit of tension if we do that move. Again, is my advice. Okay, so we have got a little extension to that move. So we will have arms out, but they can be in a bit more relaxed position as well. This is where we get a little bit of spinal rotation. So once we come back into this move, so it can either be out straight if you want that little fascia stretch, or a little bit more relaxed. And we're taking it nice straight body to a side to side twist. So we're coming back. Doesn't matter if both sides are the same. We're not pushing it so that we're uncomfortable. We're keeping this line nice and straight, even if it's a relaxed line. Think about keeping that front of the body nice and straight. Lovely. Maybe just a breath each side, and then we'll pause. And then take a breath and soften. Let all that arm tension go away. Have a little muscle rub. Lovely. Okay, how are we doing for time? So the next one, it is a little bit of arms, but it's mostly ribs and moving. So there is a way we can do this with less involving the arms as well. So let me show you the normal version, and then I'll show you a little bit of an adaptable version. Okay, so we come into a prayer position. That can be just in front of the head, or you can go up in the sky and draw down in front of the chest. Lovely. We're going to let fingers interlock. So get a little bit of support there, and then we're going to push them out. Have a little wriggle. Take them up maybe a bit more chest space, only if it's comfortable, and then release. So we keep that connection, but we get that softness come back in. So it's a little bit more of an oval shape we have here. And then we're just going to take it once each side. So we get that spinal rotation here again. I'm only going to go as far as that top of the body wants to move. I'm going to keep the neck in line with it to start with. Take it back to center. Maybe soften again, because you might have already tensed up. And then take it over the other side. See what it feels like a bit more softly. Lovely. Back to center, and then you can go above the head anywhere, or you can do this out in front. We're doing a wrist push now, so it could be up in the sky but not put hands next to ears, a little bit of space there, or it can be out in front if you haven't got that. Lovely. Then a breath and release. Lovely. So getting sides of ribs open, wrists open, fingers open, a little bit of back opening as well. Okay, we can make that a little bit bigger, and this is where it will look a bit different. It'll either look, so just watch me for a second, we'll do that twist to the side and then we turn it into a pop. So one elbow goes up, one goes down, and we swoop from side to side, maybe like 3 or 6 times, and then you go up above the head. If you want to make this smaller, you could keep the hands on the chest if you like. And then you've got that support. So we take it to the side, and then we're going to still let elbows pop. So you still get the same idea, but you've got that support and you're not lifting the arms. So it'll look a bit more like this. Maybe look a little bit like dancing, some kind of body wiggle there. So we've got a couple of options. So have a little play, maybe do both and see what they feel like. You can always switch to that if we're doing this movement again. Okay, so let's have a little flow with it. Press somewhere into hands. Lovely. Take a breath here and just soften. Shoulders go, let that jaw soften, lots of concentrating. Lovely. Take those fingers to interlock, let those shoulders soften, let that take a little bit of the weight And then we're going to take it for a push out. There could be a stretch if you want it, just to feel that opening the elbows or the wrists. And then we're going to soften. Lovely. So this can be out in front, or you can be holding onto the chest space. So we're going to take it side, spine moves, head moves, and then we've got a pop. Little pop. It doesn't matter if you get a bit of motion with the head here. It's more this spine, top of the body. We're keeping still. Well, not still, but in one way. Lovely. Maybe one more. And you can go back to centre. Get that alignment when you do come back to centre. So that means letting shoulders soften, maybe a little change of this shape here, a breath. And then we're going to go for our wrist pops. So maybe out in front, or up above, or both. Lovely. And a breath, and then release. Lovely. And then just have a little wriggle, a little check in, a little massage of anything, and a drink. Okay, how's everyone feeling?
Yeah, okay.
You're okay? Okay. We'll just do a tiny bit more movement then. I just wanted to add in a little bit more with the eyes and close it down. So, how are the arms out, everybody? Is that okay? It can be softer if you like, because there is a little bit more with when you come down. We can have a look to the fingers and then a look behind, but we can do this with a bit of breath, and you can do it without the arms as well. So if you want to get more movement in, put the arms up. If you have had enough with the arms, just leave them down, because we're going to do the same sort of thing. So we're going to turn the head with a breath to where it's comfortable towards the shoulder, and then we're going to take the eyes a little bit further round. So that could be pausing with the breath or part of the breath. When we're looking around, we're not taking it to an uncomfortable position with the neck. We're letting the eyes go round and have a look. They could go up and down, or they could just see where they can reach to. See if you can make them nice and wide while you're doing that. So it's a little bit of breath. It can be movement if you want, but it's more working with the eyes, sending some information into the brain. Okay, so we're going to take an inhale in, take it to shoulder, and then have a peek around. We're just going to do it twice on each side. So let the shoulders soften, jaw soften, have it adjust. And then whenever you're ready, breath in, over to the shoulder, and then a look behind with the eyes, wide eyes, look up and down, up here where you can get to, exhaling, softening, calming back to center. So that's a nice slow return. You can feel the whole of the head release, then you can have a break, or you can go into the next movement. So it's eyes and neck primarily here. You want to do it with arms, it'll look like this. Looking to the fingers and looking behind. And one more. Have a soften, and then you're just going to give me one of your wide eyes. So I'd like a really intense look from you guys. Wiggle of the nose or ears potentially. Well done, everybody. Thank you very much. Okay, then just have one more little wiggle and breathe out. Okay, so I have got a like a reset meditation for you today, which I read out at a retreat I was at on Saturday. I need to find my phone because I've got to read it from there. That I felt was really nice. And I have got some music that I can possibly share with you. I've just remembered I was going to share something else, but I've lined something up, so I guess maybe we'll just go with that to make it easier. They're two really nice pieces of music. Okay, share. Okay, I'll keep it down low with the volume to start with, and then I can turn it up. It's just sometimes it comes in really loud. Can you guys hear that? Is it loud enough, or do you want it a bit louder? It's okay? Awesome, because I do need to be able to hear my voice as well, but not for all of it.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, cool. I'm just going to grab my phone so I can do the reading. So this is your chance to find a comfortable position. Cushions, blankets, have a drink, have an adjust. Notice anywhere you might be feeling a bit sticky, or anything you can adjust or relax to begin with. So the theme for this was reset, release, and move forward with a positive mindset. So this is like for January, but hopefully gonna guide you with a good start through the rest of the year. So have a little check of your surroundings. If you feel safe and comfortable, then close your eyes. Let them soften. Maybe they need a little convincing, maybe a bit of heat to help them soothe and relax. You can always rub the hands and give the eyes a little bathe with some warmth. You can soften and release the face as well with that movement. So we'll do a little body relaxation just so we can release a little bit of tension to let these ideas and breath flow. So we're going to give the toes a little squeeze. Could we squeeze the toes? We might have to do this a couple of times. First time's often getting a connection. Second time's giving it a little bit of a squeeze. Maybe third time lucky where they all might engage. And then you can get that release when you let go. Lovely. And you can do that with the breath as well. Use that to guide it out. Now we're going to notice the soles, the arches, the foot. Could we notice? Then maybe give it a little squeeze and release. And maybe one more with the breath. Bring a little bit of notice, tension, flow. And then a softening. Just going to let that energy travel nicely between the earth and the body. We open the foot. Bring it up into the calves. A little bit of a bigger area to squeeze and bring tension to. It might be easier. One side might be easier than the other. Can we give them both a squeeze, either at the same time or individually? And soften. And one more with the breath. Release. Bring that intention of softness into the knees. Let it swell around the knees, maybe with some warmth, or just noticing the skin touching the clothing or the bed or the trousers. Can we either squeeze or bring notice and then soften the knees? Especially around the backs of the knees, let that soften so that everything can flow through the earth, through the foot and the calf, up the knees. And draw it up into the thighs now. Whole of the leg that's either touching the chair or the bed. Notice a bit of tension, give it a squeeze if you can. And soften. One more big breath. Big area needs even more breath. And release. Nice and slow. Let it melt into the chair or the bed. Softening, letting go of every little bit. Beautiful. Let's bring it into the pelvis now. Really important, special place to work with. We're going to fill it up with breath. Let it expand, open. And then the release, it stays soft, it stays a little bit more open. A couple of times. Maybe you can see this as a golden light now. Coming in with the breath, expanding into the pelvis. Light emitting through all the tissues, the bones, the ligaments. Warming and softening and releasing. Let that warmth and that softness trickle up. Let it fill the spine. Breathe through the spine. Feel that space open between each vertebrae. Even if it closes again afterwards, it's filled with this warmth, this softness, light, and it can release. Wonderful. Let's guide the breath through the front of the chest now, the ribs, cartilage. Take it around, let it swirl round, open and release. You might want to give the shoulders a little squeeze now. If everything else is softer, you might notice a bit more tension on the shoulders. This could be a wriggle, it could be tension, it could be breath. Let's soften those shoulders however is best for us to release shoulders. Now let's give the whole of the arm a little squeeze. See if we can send it through the elbows, through the wrists, into the fingers. We're going to bring a little bit of notice and softness into the arms. Bring a bit of tension and soften. Let the fingers spread even wider. Maybe one more time. Draw breath in, down to the fingertips. And release. Now we've just got the face and the neck, maybe holding onto those last little bits of stickiness. So we're going to release the jaw. That might be a wiggle, it might be just messages to soften. Let's soften jaw. And let that softness release through the whole of the back of the neck, maybe around the ears. Be softer on the exhales. And then we're going to spread that release over the forehead, the eyes, the eyelids, under the eyes, around the nose. Let that all just hear this message. You can rest now. You don't need to work muscles of the face. They can just be soft. And the whole body can be soft and open, ready for a fresh start. Take one more big noticeable breath into the belly and a nice long exhale, letting every little breath go. And then you can keep with some breath, or you can just let it be, knowing that it's going to work for you. Begin by noticing the weight of your body where it meets the chair or the bed. This steady support beneath you. Nothing to hold, nothing to manage, just support. Notice that the breath's already doing what it needs to do. With each exhale, just imagine the body gently settling, like snow falling and finding its place. Shoulders are soft, the jaw is loose. And the space behind the eyes becomes quiet. January is not a demand to rush forwards. It is a threshold, a moment of being still before movement begins. See if you can imagine yourself standing at the edge of a path. This could be at your favourite park or woodland, somewhere you're eager to explore, but you don't know where it leads. You don't need to know where it leads. You only need to feel the ground beneath your feet. Solid, reliable, and present. Take a moment to acknowledge maybe what you're leaving behind, but not with judgment, not with analysis. Simply recognizing what no longer needs to travel with you. You don't have to name it. Your body already knows. Now bring your attention directly to the center of your chest. A place of steadiness, a quiet inner anchor. From this place, invite a sense of forward movement, not urgency, not pressure. Just gentle readiness. And ask yourself softly, what kind of energy do I want to move with this year? And you don't need to answer in words. It might arrive as a feeling. It might be a colour or a sense of space. Whatever arrives with this statement is enough. So just take 3 more breaths into the belly and let this intention carry around the body, the mind, and the spirit or the energy that support you. Don't need to hold it tightly, simply let it float around the body, supported and moving gently ahead. Continue to rest here now if you want to. I can leave the room open for 5 minutes more with a little bit of music on if you're in a really comfortable place. Because you are allowed to be still. You are allowed to move forward slowly. And you are already enough for what comes next. So either rest now with this knowledge, or have gentle movement, or lurking around the room, or just be still. Thank you, everybody. And if you want some movement to close, another little bit of gather and pour down can bring any energy around the room or the space just back in. And I'll pop this music in the email as well, because it's a non-AI music, which is sometimes hard to find these days. But the guy literally sits there for 3 hours